But I want to talk a little bit tonight about a thing called the drill doctor. I'm sure you've seen them advertised. Maybe a few of you have one. And if you don't, I want to tell you a little bit about it. Was it worth buying or not? The prices, they range anywhere from about $85 to $135, depending on which one you get. Because the lower end ones have less capability than the little higher priced end ones have. So this one is the high end. It will sharpen all of your drill bits except brad point. Okay? And most of you here are woodworkers. That's probably what you should be using. I'm not trying to talk you out of this. I'm just trying to tell you, if you want to drill a hole and you want to have a nice, neat hole, you put a backing behind it and you use one of these brad point bits. It'll go through and make a beautiful, if you have a drill press, it'll be straight, clear, no problem with your hole. But most of us also have other types of drill bits, and probably bought them at Home Depot and Lowe's when they were on sale. So this was probably, I think, $8 or $9. And what's it made of? I looked on the back to try to figure out. It won't even tell me. All it says is made in China. So I don't even know how much kind of steel is in it. Brown and Sharp made drill bits. They made very good drill bits. This is a Brown and Sharp. I got this at the tool auction. I'm going to sharpen one of these. This sharpener will do, ranging in size from right here, 3/8 all the way up to 3/4 of an inch.
Is that 3/16?
3/16.
This one is, that should be
3/32.
No, that's 3/8.
No,
No, it's not 3/8.
Yeah, no way.
It's 1/8.
An eighth?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm sure I'm wrong. This is 3/32.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, not only am I hard of hearing, I'm deaf. But anyhow, just to give you an idea, that's the two sizes.
You got the 3 right.
This is the little more pricier model, so it comes with 2 chucks. And this chuck will do from 3/32 to a 1/2 inch bit. And this one will do from 1/2 inch to 3/4. So on this particular model, I'm able to do quite a variety of drill bits. It'll also do masonry drill bits on this particular model. This is what it sounds like.
Sounds like margaritas to me.
The instruction booklet takes, I went through this booklet and I thought, man, I kept scratching my head after reading it. So I got out and tried it. It takes like less than a minute to sharpen one of these things. But the instructions, when you read it and go through it, it takes a while to get the learning curve to understand how to do it. Because you have all these pluses and minuses. So I'm going to pick out one of my cheap drill bits right here. I'm going to use this chuck. And it has some teeth in it. Can you see them? You put your drill bit in. I'm going to tighten it up a little bit. Okay, there it won't move, so I got to back it off. You want to be able to move it inside the bit. So there's a little device, I'm going to turn it around so you can see it right here, and it has teeth on it. It has 2 teeth that open and close. When I put the drill bit in, it catches the drill bit. When you rotate the drill bit, the teeth get caught right on the sides and locks it in. So I'm going to do that right now. Open up the teeth, put this in, push the drill bit to it's all the way. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm going to push the drill bit to it's all the way and let go of that. Tighten this up. And now that's the exact length you need to be able to sharpen the drill bit. Now, as far as sharpening the drill bit, the only thing it's going to sharpen is the tip. Doesn't do anything to the side, because the side really doesn't do any cutting anyway. So it will sharpen the tip. And that one, I already passed that along, I already sharpened that one. So I'm gonna turn the machine on. It has little knobs on it, a little white, since you're far away, you're not gonna be able to see it, but it has a white mark here and a white mark here. You stick it in, you rotate it each time till the white line comes to the top on the drill bit. So I'm gonna put it in right here, turn it on. Depending on the size of the drill bit, according to this booklet, you do anywhere from 6 to 16 times, depending on how big your drill bit is. And as long as you hear it grinding, they recommend you just keep doing it. Now I've done is put a nice new tip on the front of that. That'll cut really well. But there's also a thing called a split. And this offers the opportunity if you want to do the split. And it's right here on this side of this sharpener, right here. And it has these, again, you use the marks. And I'm going to turn it on. I got to get it where I can get at it. And that's it. That's how easy it is to sharpen a drill bit. And that put a split in it. In other words, it's got a little groove in the middle, so it cuts in better. And you can do that on any kind of drill bit you have. Would I recommend this for a woodworker? Probably not, because of the price. You can go out and buy new drill bits. Usually what I do is whenever they don't work anymore, I go buy another one. You know, because they're inexpensive. Or sometimes I go to the tool auction, I end up getting drill bits because I bought something and it was in the box with the other stuff that I bought. So I brought them home, sharpened them. Any questions?
Any tips on shaping those with brad points?
No, we will not do a brad
No, I
point.
meant, but, okay, beyond, okay, this machine, do you do brad points? Do you create your own brad points? Do you sharpen your own?
No, we will not do those.
No, he's not asking if the drill doctor will do it. He's asking you if you sharpen your own brad points.
No.
Okay.
Do you?
I've been playing around with it, yeah.
Have you had any success?
Well, you have to, the technique I'm using is a wheel that you have to reshape it, okay, to do it. I haven't been successful in totally doing it yet. I can't get it totally symmetrical. I guess that's the point.
Oh, okay.
I was looking for something.
I've used quite a few of the brad points, and because I'm using them in wood, they don't dull that much. I haven't had any problem with it not working. I mean, a small one I think I broke once, but that's about it. So, if you do woodworking, I recommend these. If you have a lot of drill bits and you use them from metal, this would actually be a very good thing to have if you do a lot of drilling through metal. But for woodworking, probably not, especially for the price. I didn't pay for this. I got this by, well, I won't even tell you. It didn't cost me anything, so. But I just thought I'd show it to you, you know.
There's a website involved.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Smokey, what about the tapered bits?
No, can't sharpen those either. Yeah. It's just a very small dimensional item. And I think for the price, it's too high for what it does. And probably that's the reason they don't sell too many of these.
I have the low end model, Smokey. I have the low end model.
Yeah.
Like when it originally came out, I love that thing.
Yes.
I've sharpened a lot of bits on that.
Yeah.
You're a metal
They'll
worker.
definitely work.
But I can't do the split point. That's the limitation with the low end model.
Yeah, and
Doesn't
then
do the
also,
split.
can you do the cement bits?
I've never tried to do
No,
this.
this does a good job on that. I did some work and I needed to use a bit and I wore it out. Instead of buying a new one, I sharpened on this, and it does a real good job.
Bob, can you explain what the split is?
If you look at the end of the drill, the wet where the two flutes get ground. On larger drills, the web gets to be too thick.
Too thick,
And because it's thick, it doesn't want to penetrate.
it won't drive in.
Especially if you're drilling steel. If that web is too thick, it just doesn't want to penetrate through the steel. So there's a thing called a split point where it just reduces, if you just look at it, you know, on the end, it's that thickness right there between the two flutes, right? So the split point eliminates some of that area, so it can penetrate into the steel easier.
Yeah,
That's really what
the
it's
split point stops it from, sometimes it'll slide when you're, especially on metal,
No, I understand that, yeah.
and the split point stops that. Really makes a difference.
I just,
But it also
Look
helps,
at-
you know, with penetration into steel.
Especially after you start grinding back a drill back
Yeah,
further.
as the steel gets shorter and shorter.
Shorter.
and
That web gets
becomes thicker and
thicker and thicker, so now you,
So now you have to split it.
Yeah.
Otherwise it'll never, you'll be tough on the thing to get it to grind.
Do you have any wisdom on what the metal that the drills are made out of? There's some titanium coated or things like that.
Titanium is not as good as high-speed steel. High-speed steel is probably the best. The best manufacturer used to be around here was Brown and Sharp. You know, these bits were made out of high-speed steel. When I try to sharpen a vase on here, it'll do it, but it takes a lot longer. But it holds its tip also a lot longer. But the stuff you buy at Lowe's and Home Depot,
we
like,
decide that
you
we're
know,
gonna
they're silver looking,
make this
they have different
available to the
names, they
workers
call them, but some of it's actually brass. You know, it's just not a well-made
Remember we
product
talked
coming
about
out of
the ones that we're
China.
gonna keep in the cabinet?
That's why they sell them
They
for
can use it.
$8 for 15 of them.
Right. And what's the grinding wheel? Is it like stone or is it something?
Diamond. Yeah,
Diamond.
and it's diamond fused. Another disadvantage, they recommend no more than 200 times you use it. After 200 times, I gotta buy it, you know, then you turn it over, so you got 400 times. But after that, you gotta buy a new wheel. So I just don't, for the dollar price, I just don't think the value's there. But if you have a few bits and you don't use them that often, you resharpen them, it'd be nice to borrow somebody else's.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's your phone number?
Yeah.
That's like $1.25 per use.
Yeah, it's just, any other questions? Back to you.